The essence of a person's confusion and mediocrity is that he does not have the courage to live the opposite of himself. If you have been in this society for a long time and have never made a breakthrough, you feel very confused and can't find a way out. Let me share my mental journey of completely changing my destiny. After living for so long, I don't know if you have realized it is very hard to change a person's life and make it better. And it is very simple to maintain a bad, mediocre destiny. Just let it go and follow your own human nature. So if you want to change your destiny, think about what you are like in contrast to the Since I was a child, my parents often used insults such as step on me to death, get out, waste, rubbish, useless things, and die quickly after eating. This kind of language made me feel hurt very past. I would think about what kind of person I want to become to please the person who hurt me, and this kind of thing would become a kind of inertia. In my imagination, I always feel that I am very weak. I may need to rely on those who criticize me at some point in the future because I have a very deep habit. That is, once I meet a man, I want to find someone to help me. This person who helps me may be my classmate, my parents, my colleague. If I have a conflict with him today, I can't please him, and he won't help me in the future. Then suddenly one day I figured it out that I have been trying to please these mediocre people around. He is just a little better than me in a certain thing. I have spent a lot of energy to please him all my life, turning myself into a slave like If I can live well, I would have lived well a long time ago. Later, I saw a TV series, The Way of Heaven, talking about the culture. The weak is to wait and rely on others in the future, so I dare not conflict with others, so I have to please others, so I have to be You don't know yourself, so you are you, and you know yourself, you are not. When I realized that the key to changing my fate was to find the opposite of me, and to strongly implement that opposite of me, and to shape a new me through a large number of actions, then I would no longer be me, and my fate would change. 99% of people in life don't know what they are like, and because they don't know themselves, they live a miserable and difficult life. Their self-knowledge is fake. Once they don't approve of the practice, for example, I always want to rely on others, and I can't handle it myself when I encounter difficulties. I have a fear of difficulties and need a lot of help. I care very much about the evaluation of those around me. I think a good reputation is the most important, so I never dare to conflict with others. The idea deeply rooted in my mind is that people live on interpersonal relationships. I believe that the so-called golden mean has a sense of security in a group, and the gun shoots the bird that sticks out. One day I met a successful person, and he told me that if you want to be successful, you have to be a little extreme, a little paranoid, a little self-centered. You have to be strong, domineering, narcissistic, and you have to be the only one who is self-centered. What a rubbish their opinion of you is. To put it bluntly, there are few good words. These are all things that I thought were not safe in my brain before. So I followed my human nature and said that the first bird to stick out gets shot, and everything should be done in moderation, not extreme. In fact, those people you see on the internet, those who suddenly became popular, none of them are moderate. All of them speak in an extreme and fierce way. Or some people are insidious and cunning. They tell you every day that hard work is useless, but they keep updating every day. Every video is full of emotions, performances, bragging, and pie in the sky. You say he is working hard, he is working very hard. So is there a possibility that the set of domestication and education we have been educated from childhood to adulthood, which has shaped ourself, is wrong? And shaping you, who is the opposite of the current you, is the key to changing your fate against the will of heaven. Many people say that they are confused and can't find the way of life. The solution to confusion is very simple, that is, to find the opposite of you. For example, I used to like to read books in Xinhua bookstore every day after get off work. I read all kinds of books such as economics, politics, society, finance, learning methods, and celebrity biographies. I was very angry after reading for 2 years. I found that it is better to learn a scarce skill than to understand everything about these things and nothing about them. It is better to study books in a messy way for 2 or 3 years. Then, if you can solve the problem, you can directly exchange it for money. What is the meaning of those books that cannot be exchanged for money? You will not be confused if you find the opposite of yourself. So I spent 5 years in the later period only studying 3 things. One is the memory method, which is also my hobby. Later, I became a best-selling author in this field. The other is research on writing, psychology, and entrepreneurship. I only read these types of books and don't read any other books. I can't find a partner, social phobia. so I force myself to ask for the girl's phone number. My partner likes to play Douyin, and my inherent thinking is that people who watch short videos are useless. Then my reverse approach is to study Douyin, how to make jokes that people like to watch, how to write copy, and anything you hate, do it the other way around. Since I don't like watching short videos, I will make medium and long videos to attract people. I don't like watching short videos, so I often look at what places to play around and take my partner to play. I have social phobia, so I force myself to get along with others and chat. Confused. The essence of confusion is that a person cannot defeat himself and cannot live out the opposite self. As long as you follow your human nature, make you comfortable, make you relaxed, and don't have to face many difficulties, you can find many excuses to follow your human self. If you follow your human nature for one more day, your fate will never get out of the predicament. If you have not achieved great success and accomplishment in this life, I suggest you not to take the path of moderation. If you take the path of wildness, paranoia, cruelty, and extreme exploitation of your own efforts, endless tossing, narcissism, and bragging, these seemingly abnormal paths are likely to make you successful. Even if you brag to others every day that you are a genius, not only you will believe it, but others will believe it. Only if you behave differently from 99% of people, this abnormality, will you get opportunities. Many abilities are not obtained after you have the ability, but you first get a certain opportunity, sit on a certain butt, and toss around there and slowly learn that ability. So you must first be shameless enough so that others will easily throw those so-called opportunities and positions to you. If you are mediocre, fearful, and afraid of taking responsibility, and your mind is full of the path of moderation, the gun will shoot the bird that sticks out. And you are afraid of offending people and conflicting with others when you speak. What awaits you is a screw in society, unknown, and trampled on by all kinds of people for the rest of your life. Of course, this golden mean requires trust. When you have achieved great success and maintained stability, you can do this. I didn't follow the golden mean before. I told others every day that I was a genius. No matter how you scold me, I am still a genius. This is the opposite of me. I used to be a people-pleasing personality. I was always afraid of offending Zhang San and Li Si. I was very depressed and repressed. I became an aggressive personality and looked very strong and domineering. After I reversed myself in this way, I found that I was no longer depressed. My aggressiveness was vented. Instead of wasting my energy, I might as well go crazy every day. I used to work until 5:30 in the morning every day for 2 years. This is extreme, this is paranoia, this is wild. Normal people can't do this. I wrote 5 sentences and memorized 5 sentences every day for 5 years. I persisted every day. Because I encountered something that could say something about me and belittle me on that road before, I stopped doing it and changed my direction. I am not suitable for this or that. I practiced writing in my 20s and I have no talent. If it were before, I would just follow other people's ideas, change my original intention, change my ideas, change my goals. No, I want to live again. I am the best in the world. I want to be the person I want to be. No matter how you hurt me, I will not please you. I only use the achievements of my achievements and the various goals I have achieved to influence you. It turns out that you have died in these places all your life. Dare not stick to your own ideas. Dare not think that you are a genius. Dare not bravely fight. Live in the world of human relations all your life. Submissive, willing to be a slave to for others. A little bit of trivial interests. Use the huge wear and tear of your own soul to please the so-called dignitaries in your mind. What have you gained? You are still submissive at the age of 40 or 50, like a pug. Why do you bother in this life? There are many things in life that you may be embarrassed after doing, but you will grow quickly. So if you were afraid of being embarrassed before, then you will become a very shameless person, very afraid of being embarrassed, and very afraid of not giving feedback. As long as you persist for a period of time, you used to be enthusiastic about things for 3 minutes, but you persist like me and do it for 3 to 5 years. No matter what others say about you, you are like a lunatic, and emotions will never affect your work. When I meet a girl, I always feel that what I said is bragging about myself, which is not good. You should bravely think that I am very awesome, I am a genius, I am very smart, and if you don't like me, just get out. In fact, people are often willing to associate with people who release their own thoughts and desires. Such people are more attractive. Many people are weak in their hearts. They always take the initiative to withdraw from the competition because they are afraid of repetition, fear of hurt, and fear of devaluation. The better things in this world are the more shameless, fiercer, and stronger they must be. So sometimes I say that if a man is not bad, a woman is not bad, and a person is not bad, what can he get? The bad I am talking about is not really asking you to be a liar or a bad person. This kind of badness is a kind of courage to live out the opposite of yourself. Finally, I want to say that people must have their own opinions. Many of us say that hard work is useless and believe in so-called fatalism. But if you observe the world carefully, most people's efforts are based on physical strength. Physical strength is different from mental strength. No matter how good a person's physical strength is, he may be very good at physical work, but in fact, those people with good physical strength, the so-called people who work hard physically, when they encounter mental difficulties, complexity and intensity, the elements of things, and the changes and troubles, they will produce fear and escape. In other words, they are not strong in mental strength. They just like to do some simple things like moving things and sweeping the floor. This kind of thing is definitely hard work, moving vegetables, washing clothes, and cooking. In fact, when you meet a real man, it is the above suffering, the mental efforts, and all kinds of fear of difficulties. When you encounter negative feedback from others, suppression and devaluation, you will easily give up, always doubt yourself and deny, and feel that you are a waste. Many successful people, you see, are often a kind of mysterious narcissism. They never let external comments affect their emotions, or the emotions affected do not affect their rhythm of doing things. In fact, people's mysterious narcissism is a prerequisite for inner strength. I used to feel inferior and humble. Now that I am confused, I can just go in the direction of myself, and you will not be confused. Use the remaining energy to truly reshape yourself and shape yourself through behavior. Remember that if everyone wants to change, it is all shaped by behavior. Don't use cognition to shape yourself. If you know what is right, but you can't do it, it's useless. So most people are too easily influenced by others, and their mental strength is too weak, just like a small sapling, which will fall down when the wind blows. People with strong mental strength will never affect their work regardless of whether it is difficult or not, negative comments or negative feedback. They must face difficulties and achieve their motivational goals and tasks. This kind of mental strength of the spirit of the diehard spirit. In fact, whether it is to reshape yourself or do various things, you also need mental strength. Mental strength is the most important, and anti-human nature is the most important, which most people do not have. People here actually never believe in fate because we have discovered a secret. That is, the secret to mastering fate is to go against yourself. That is mental strength. Different mental strengths will lead to completely different results of many things. Since the results can be completely different due to different mental strengths, why should we believe in fate? So to a large extent, if you train your mental strength to a certain extent, you can control your own destiny and change it. You should avoid those who are pessimistic and still don't believe in fate at the age of 40. Such people are stupid and have no wisdom. Why should they believe in fate, right? If you pursue a girl, you may be more ruthless, but if your career is bigger, the results will be completely different. So it is because of your weakness that you believe in fate, and it is because of your cowardice that you believe in fate. I want to live again. I am the best in the world, and no matter how you hurt me, I will not please you. You dare not stick to your own ideas. Dare not think that you are a genius. There are many things in life that you may be embarrassed after doing, but you will grow quickly.